Good evening. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, the July 27th. Welcome to our Sunday edition of our leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I'm super happy to be here, excited, pumped up about the month to come with our new pay plan and everything. And just very excited and happy to be here. But quick thing that happened to me early this week. So I was at my public library and, I was getting some information about getting a meeting room. And I was talking to the gentleman at the front desk and I asked him, hey, listen, quick question. Do you keep your options open when it comes to making extra money? He told me he was allergic to money. So I just was like, okay, I'm not even gonna worry about it. No sense in trying to convince this person. I didn't even, probably maybe an expert level, maybe, but it wasn't worth it. And it's probably not worth, maybe to talk to somebody like that. They're not at the right time in their life. Maybe if he was, he would have said, okay, what is it? But I hope that tip, making sure that the person's at the right time in their life, he wasn't. So that being said, I'd like to bring to you all our teacher tonight, Coach Will Sanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, a seven-figure earner at Green Organics at HBN, and our first six-figure earner at Goldasana. Amazing teacher, has an amazing way of teaching and helping you that moment to click where you really understand it. A great friend, just fun loving person. So that being said, Coach Will Sanders, are you available, sir?
I am. Miriam, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am headed back to the sunny state of Florida. But one thing I do enjoy about going to different meetings around the country and get to hang out with cool people like Miriam. And this weekend I got to, and Coach Seymour was in Dallas as well, some other individuals. I got to hang out this weekend with Dee Dee Wright, super awesome young lady, had an absolute blast. Got to meet her and her family, and got to hang out with Jessica Hill. Always a good time hanging out with Jessica. But it was the first time I had ever met Dee Dee, and we had a special guest appearance from the one and only Coach Tina Rose Huerman, and Tina shut it down. Dee Dee did amazing. Jessica did amazing. Those three ladies did such an amazing job about talking about the products, about the business, about their experience with the products. This is no joke. Everybody at that meeting ended up buying. Dee Dee didn't have no products left to sell on hand either. So it was just amazing across the board. And we got to talk about the pay plan and got some people interested in that. But it was just amazing. So I just want to tell y'all, if you have an opportunity to get to a meeting where where people are going to be at, it doesn't matter if there's a Tina there or a Will. If there's something going on in your community, be there, support, and show up. Show out. It was just absolutely amazing. And we got some great gifts from Jessica and Tina, and it was just a good time. So I don't want to talk too much about it. It was amazing. See y'all in Virginia next month, and maybe doing one last meeting in Dallas to pour some gas on the fire there because it's going amazing. But we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna coordinate with Miriam and see what she and Coach Seymour need in that area. But it's gonna be amazing. And Nashville. If you think those type of events are great and you've never been to a boot camp, you got to get to Nashville, September the 12th through the 14th, and don't come alone. Do not come alone. You're going to be wishing you brought a person with you for all the right reasons. Okay. But that being said, let's get into tonight. Now, obviously, I'm not at home. I am somewhere in our beautiful country, somewhere between Illinois and Florida. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop off camera. I don't have my laptop set up, and I'm gonna go through notes. Grab a paper and pen for this one. This is gonna be a very insightful call, and we're gonna try to help you tonight. Well, we're not gonna try. We're gonna do. We're gonna make sure you get off this call with the mindset of $1 million diamond. I want to give you that information tonight as a free gift from me to you. I want you to have the mindset tonight of $1 million diamond. Okay, so let me hop on my notes and get this thing going. I want to thank Coach Marcus for putting the Zoom together. And I want to thank Miriam as well for always being the hostess with the mostest. And yeah, people, y'all see the level of casualness in which Miriam said, "Hey, yeah," he said, "No, next." That is something that is truly special when you get to a level where you are doing enough exposures to the point where you don't get emotionally connected to the yeses or the nos. You like the yeses, but also the nos just don't bother you. It's like, all right, cool. That person wasn't at the right time in their life. Next. And that was the exact way to handle it. You can even tell if you've been with us long enough and you can see, I love the newbie corner part of the call so much because you can see Miriam's, not just her commissions going up, and she's going to be a diamond in the month of August. I'm just telling you, I'm just putting it out there now. She already said it, and like I know it's going to happen. But that being said, Francine, can't wait to see you online. It's going to be great. Can I wait to see you online? It's going to be awesome. You get to notice Miriam's posture, okay? Her posture, all right? Miriam's posture has just evolved and changed over this year. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it's been very, very fun to watch. And a lot of that is simply because she's doing the work. She's doing the work. And when you do the work, it is inevitable. If you're consistently doing the work, it is inevitable that your posture and your skills and your confidence change. If you've been around Tiara Moore at an event for any more than 10 seconds, and you were here when she first joined, you can see Tiara's posture and confidence as far as this particular business. She's always, from what I understand, been a confident young lady. But to see her confidence in this business go from from 10 to 100, like it's just fun to watch. So for anybody who's relatively new or been here for a while, but has not really felt like they've got that confidence, that posture that a real professional network marketer has, just stay doing the work and you'll be just fine. You will be just fine. All right. So let's get it rolling. So talking about this particular topic tonight, I just want to put out there, just because I know this personally, and I not one of them things I'm here to debate. Because we have such a great pay plan, it's very, very easy to put our focus, our belief in, wow, this is amazing. If I just do A, B, and C, then I get paid D. And this is true. But just understand that on the real level, I'm gonna just tell you, the level that matters, your wealth and success come from God. And I don't need to harp on that. I just need you to understand that it is really an inside job. And that is 100% where my wealth and success come from. And all I personally need to do to realize that is to look back at all the mistakes I made and to still end up where I am is just crazy. And that can't be me. It's impossible. So I just want to make sure that's clear. Because we do so much edification for each other. We talk about our company. It's amazing, our pay plan, our product, but just understand, I think all of us have been through some bitty dark times in our lives. If you're older than 2 years old, you've been through some things in your life. And just know that is where the real success and wealth come from, is from God. There are going to be other people in this world that have success and wealth and things of that nature that aren't really quote unquote good people. And I don't judge, I'm not judging. I'm just saying they're not good people. Their wealth may come from somewhere else. We don't want that. We don't want that money. All money is not good money. just to be very, very clear. All right. So that being said, let's get back to it. How many people this week either showed the plan or practiced showing the plan? Let me just see. How many people this week? Just put a 1 in the chat or put me, just let me know. How many people this last week practiced the plan? See, that's what we got to see. People who are practicing the plan and showing the plan is absolutely awesome. Okay. And that's all you need to do to really get to another level. Oh, this is Learn Week for Karen and Sid. Yeah, this is Learn Week. Yeah, you got to learn. You're going to get so good at it to the point where you're going to look at me doing, go, man, that guy sucks. We're way better than him. And then you're going to, congratulations, Richard. Richard got enrollments in both companies. Congratulations. And then you're going to be so confident, you can't wait to test out your network marketing presentation superpowers on that. Rasan is learning all this week. Good. That's what I want to hear. Perfect. That's exactly what it takes. It's exactly what it takes. And if you really think about it, let's talk about sponsoring one customer. I'm just giving you some tips so that we bring it all together by the end of the call, where you adopt a slightly different mindset and you have the mindset of $1 million diamond earner. This is what you're going to have. We understand as diamond earners that are at that level, because you got a bunch of different, tons of diamonds in our company. That's amazing. But you want to be a big money diamond. Like the mindset part is bigger than not at 99% is mindset and understanding. 1% is the work, because the work is so fun and easy when you really get good at it. Be it talking to people, be it doing meetings, it's always fun. Or even I think Marcus was doing leads today, or guessing sponsored 1 out of 3 people. It just gets fun, and the work part doesn't seem like work. But I want you to understand the value of one customer. The value of one customer is probably a couple $100 years in commissions and volume if that person's at 50 or 100 BV, the power of one customer. If you focus the business just on customers, which would not be a bad thing, of course, we love recruiting, and we want to give our customers the opportunity to use to generate income. We want to give our customers the opportunity to generate income, right? Just one customer. If you provide them valuable customer service after the sale, that one customer will be with you for years. I sponsored a gentleman from YouTube 5 years ago, and he's been ordering every month since I've been at the company. And so I can tell you, just that one individual that I provide customer, he doesn't want to build a business, or at least not be coachable doing it, but he loves the products, and that's literally hundreds of dollars a year in commissions from just one individual. Okay, just understand, never discount customers. Now, your value of a rep is going to be the same thing as the value of a customer, with one important advantage. And that advantage is, if every rep is a customer, $1 million earners understand that every rep is a customer. See, we get that. So it's not about, oh, they don't talk about the product enough, or they don't get enough customers. No. Every rep you sponsor is a customer, but every customer you sponsor isn't necessarily a rep. And the rep has the desire that they've told you that they would like to build a business and get products into the hands of people and be compensated for that. So whenever you sponsor a customer, I want you to think about 3 things. Number 1, I'm going to provide valuable customer service after the sale. As long as the person isn't a headache, you want to provide valuable customer service after the sale. The second thing is, at some point in the career of this customer, might they want to be exposed to the opportunity and tell some people about the products? And that way you have a mindset of retail to recruit. I want my customers to be healthy, but I also want them to make more money. Therefore, at some point in the natural relationship that you have between your customer, it is going to have an opportunity somehow, some way, where it'll feel really normal. It'll feel very organic and natural, and that opportunity will magically present itself for you to present them with the business opportunity as well. It may come early in the customer consultant relationship. It may come later in the customer consultant relationship, but you don't have to force it. It just happens over time. It's the most amazing thing when you have a customer who loves the product so much that they end up becoming a rep. And that's going to be the best reps that you ever have. Okay. How many people have ever had a customer that ended up becoming a rep? How many people? You were customers first. Yeah, I bought a product first. I really wasn't trying to do nothing with this stuff. I'm just keeping it a buck. Yeah, my sponsor, who's long since gone, but he got me a gift card. I was the #1 earner at my previous company. I had outranked my sponsor, my previous company. I wasn't looking for nothing. I was making a boatload of money, and he sent me a gift card for a product. He sent me a gift card, and I ended up getting the product. I think I got it was called Prosper Oil with HBN. Yeah, I was a customer first too. Yeah, a lot of us, right? So don't discount the importance and value of a customer. Don't do that. Now, here's the thing about building a business, though. Now we're going to shift focus to recruiting. This is just top earner mindset stuff that I really want you to internalize. Every time you hesitate, and when you know you need to be showing the plan that day, or you know you need to, even if it's on the phone or a Zoom, or you know you need to be inviting people to a Zoom where one of the leaders is showing the plan, or you know that you need to be texting people. Every time you hesitate or you wait, I'm just letting you know somebody else is building. Every time you say, oh, I don't like showing the plan like that, I want to build my bit, that's cool. You don't have to build it like we do it, but you still got to do it. So if you say, I don't want to do it your way, I'm going to do it my way, that's totally fine. I respect that to the utmost. All of leadership does. Okay. But if you say you want to do it a different way, but you don't go do it, you're just pushing your goal further and further away, and time is not on any of our sides. Okay. So it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it. And the thing that I would recommend that again, top earners understand this concept. Go all in one time and get it over with. And we haven't really had to talk like this on these last couple calls. We haven't really had to talk to y'all like this in years because we launched in 2019. We haven't really had to get a new pay plan, new product line, like with either company. There was nothing so drastic that happened that we need to just start over because we have so many new people who were not here in 2019. Never had a chance to really hear the energy of how top earners talk on launch calls when we trying to really get y'all to launch at the level that I know the leadership is doing. Okay, I know that. And if you don't go all in and get it over with, you will probably still win at some point, but it is going to be so frustrating. It's going to be so frustrating. So we're not going to go over the best system tonight. I know y'all know the plan. I know you're studying the plan. We'll probably have I was going to run a call a little bit differently tonight and do a condensed version one time for anybody that hadn't heard it, but we're going to have a video. I think my lovely wife is working on a video for that, a tool to use to show the plan as a video. If you go to somebody's home and you want to show the plan, you can play a video of the plan. So we got stuff getting figured out. But that being said, or you want to send it to somebody, or you're just not comfortable doing it over the phone, but you still want to do it. I understand that. I get it. But one of the things that I want to ask is that how many people on this call have ever sponsored anyone at 50 BV? Just put in the chat. I'm just curious. How many people have ever sponsored anybody at 50 BV, even one time? It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. List is still growing. A lot of people. Richard say most of them. I know that's right. It's a lot of people. So the hardest part of working the best system and getting to that amount of income, the hardest part, a lot of you have already done it. You've done the hard part, which means A, you can do it, but B, because you've already done it, you can teach other people how to do it. So the fact that more people aren't going to take advantage of this opportunity and really go out and sponsor 3 reps the first week of August, it's not a physical disability because you've already done that type of stuff. Whatever you did to sponsor one person, go do it again. Just do more of it and get it over with. Okay. So it's telling me that if someone can do something, again, top earner tip, if someone can do something, if they can do it, they've already done it. So they definitely can do it, but they won't do it. It's a mindset issue. It's not a skill set issue. It's a mindset issue. And that's what that call's about tonight. Okay. Because that's what we're seeing with some of you, not everybody, but some of you. Look, Miriam said it wasn't a relative. And look, cool, right? Right. So you really want to get that done. You've already done the hard work. Now your enemy, for those of you who can already do it, who are like, you're right now thinking in your head of some reason why you're not going to do it, whatever it is. Some of you are doing that. I know you are. Some of you are for sure. Your enemy is going to be the following. Here's your enemy. Number one, it's going to be drift. No direction, lack of focus. You just no direction. You're not gonna focus on getting so good to show the plan that when you sponsor the next person at 50 BV, you know the plan better than I do. Your second enemy, for people who can do it but just won't do it, is going to be distraction. And boy, that's probably the biggest one, distraction. And distraction comes in the most strangest ways when you're supposed to be working on learning how to show the plan or showing the plan, or teaching people how to show the plan after you sponsored them. Distraction will get you. Comfort will also get you. That's number 3, comfort. Some of you are just too comfortable. I know some people, they're probably not on the call, but I know some people that are really, really talented. They're very talented. They're very good at recruiting and retailing. I'm sure they are. They got some good results or decent results, and I know they're good. They know they're good, but they're comfortable. Their life is just a little too comfortable right now. The bill collectors ain't calling them 24/7, blowing their phone up. Their bank account is not in the negative. They're just not hungry. They're comfortable. They'll tell you, I'm not happy with my life. I don't like my job, or I want more money. Yeah, we hear you. But your actions show something different. Okay, that's nothing wrong with them. Those people are just comfortable. And that is the third enemy of you getting this done. The fourth is going to be compromise. And compromise also comes in different forms. And compromise can be as simple as, I really know I should, go to my cousin's house and show them the plan in person because that's more effective. But I don't really feel like doing all of that. They live an hour away. I don't really feel like doing that. I'm gonna just tell them get on a Facebook Live. I'm gonna just Zoom it for them and we'll see what happens. Right now, Zooming the plan and doing the plan on Facebook Live or doing the plan on Zoom. I wouldn't do it on Facebook Live because I don't, you don't want your competition seeing what you're doing because they'll see the plan and join with somebody else. So you want to make sure that you know who you're showing the plan to. And compromise can be you operating at a nice, it's going to be unique for everybody, but it could be something as simple as you operating at a level that you know is beneath your capacity. That's called compromise. Not giving your best, not doing your best, that's compromise. That's what that is. You know you're better than that, or you know you can put on a better presentation. You know you can do better customer service. You know you can generate leads better, but you compromise it. And that's okay. Some people will do it. And here's the thing with comfort and distraction and compromise, you can't just kill it. Especially distraction and drift, when you're just not focused, you can't just kill it. You have to execute it. And executions are different than killings. Execution is ordered. There's an order to it. And execution typically, unless you're talking about one of these execution style killings, all right? An execution from a military governmental standpoint, executions are ordered. Executions, and if you look at the right circumstances, are justified, right? They're justified. Executions, this is the most important part, executions are scheduled. They're not random, they're not unscheduled. You can't just kill distraction, you have to execute it, right? How do I execute the things that are holding me back so I can execute my plan to have my dream life? Okay? You have to schedule it. you have to schedule it. You have to schedule when you're going to work your business. Top earners understand this. Anybody who's made $1 million in network marketing understands, much less 1.7. Like, we get this stuff. You have to schedule it. When are you going to show the plan this week? Or what hours tomorrow are you going to spend studying the plan? You have to schedule this, because if you don't, something else is going to sneak in and fill up that time slot every single time. When you're tired of that happening, you're going to start scheduling. You're going to start treating this like a business. You have to schedule that stuff, right? You have to schedule it. This is no joke. This is really what it takes. Now I'm asking you a question. Let me see. I know people been practicing showing the plan. This is fun. Let me ask you, by the end of that 12th week, the end of month 3, let me see. How much income theoretically might you have made in the matrix? Theoretically, it's an exact number. Starts with a 2. Let me see who got the notes out. Let me see who knows. By the end of that 12th week, week 12, and you add everything together. Okay, there we go. That's the numbers I'm looking for. Lynn Hall. I think Lynn had it first. No, it's 2.3. Yep. There we go. Just go 239. Yeah, there we go. 2,391,480. Thank you. Rick nailed it. We ready. Sandra was close, but Rick and Lynn, boy, they own it. Somebody been practicing the plan. Okay. Now watch. This. How much was the average order that month for those 797 some thousand people? How many people that was? 50 BV per Katrina King on it. Thank you. Perfect. Lynn's on it 35 times. Love it, Lynn. Love it. Okay, 50 BV. Now, last question, or second to last question. How many orders went through your business that month? How many orders went through your business that month? In that third month, when you combine, we there it, boy, Lynn, I tell you what, these Alabama boys are something different tonight. I tell you what, 797,160. Yep, y'all got it. Y'all are getting it. Okay. 797,160. And Jessica and TR was right behind them. Well done. Now, here's the question. If you showed the plan and you were at 50 BV, or you're at 100 BV if you're on this call, you're probably at 100 BV. If you're at 100 BV and your 3 personally sponsored reps are at 50 BV, okay? What if every single order was not a 50 BV order in your group? What if all of those orders were 5 BV orders? Let's just pretend, for the sake of argument, just on the call, and let's just pretend that all the orders in your group, all 797,160 orders, was 5 BV. How much volume would be in your organization if you built the business with 5 BV, which is totally fine, by the way. Look, Lynn said, yeah. Oh, no, you would definitely get Matrix. You sure would. Oh, look, Jessica Hill got it. 3,985,800. Y'all go ahead and write that down. Put that in your notes. 3,985,800. Now watch this. You multiply that volume times what to calculate your check in that third month, which will be the month of October. By the end of October, multiply that number times what? 0.06. Cynthia Lewis on the ball. Multiply that times 0.6. What's your check? What's your check if you build a whole business off 5 BV? Now remember, you got to be at 50 or 100. We know your 3 have to be at 50 or 100. Just understand this. Your 3 have to be at 50 or 100. Okay? We know that already, but let's just, for the sake of argument, all the organization, we're not worried about check match. We're not worried about nobody else making money. This is just people buying a 5 BV product, the 5 BV product. Your check would be, there it is, Jessica, that's the formula. You learn the formula and then you can answer any questions people have. Your check that third month will be $239,148. Now tell me, is anybody mad about that? I wouldn't be. Honestly, I wouldn't be. 240? I wouldn't be mad at that. Nah, you could do some good with that in the world, right? Now, we do want to have it far larger, so we always lead with 50 BV because that's what the pay plan pays the most at. Will, does 100 BV pay more? 100 BV pays more for people who can afford 100 BV, who are going to build the business and recruit and go hard in the paint and recruit. If you're not going to go hard in the paint and recruit, and you're not going to build the business at a really big level, the 100 BV, you get that because you just really enjoy the products. That's all. You don't be at 100 BV because the pay plan doesn't dictate that you have to be at 100 BV if you want to make a good amount of money. But if you want all the income, yeah, 100 BV. But we can build it and build a $2.4 million a month check with 50 BV. But you can still make $250,000 a month. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a pay plan. Thank you, Lynn. That's still almost $3 million a year, $2,869,776 a year. You're still a multimillionaire. You're still getting the league minimum for the NFL. Okay? And you know Coach Marcus, boy, he is on it. On it. All right? You see the value. Coach, what is that? 5B? What is that? You just posted. Which one is that? I don't know. I'm trying to see what Coach just posted. What is that? Yeah, that's the wrong one. I don't know what that is. That must be the old pay plan. that money look a little short. Yeah, Coach he be making so much stuff for the team. Yeah, he got that's the wrong. He about to post a different one that y'all can say. Yeah, don't say that last one. That must have been an old pay. That them numbers ain't right. He gonna post it. But while he's doing that, thank you, Coach. So while he's doing that, here's the crazy part. You'd still be over $250,000 a month, but it won't work if you don't show the plan. Yeah, if you screenshotted that one, you can just delete it. He's gonna post a different one. Don't worry about it. But if you don't show the plan, you're never going to, you won't get anything. And for some people, it's going to feel more confident for you to promote 5 and 10 BV products to try to build your business. And I want to let you know that is not ideal. We don't recommend that. You're going to fill up a lot of spots in your matrix that aren't good. But at the same time, we understand, and nobody's going to complain about a $250,000 business. But if you lead with 50 BV, it's a lot easier to get 5 BV orders if you lead with 50 BV or lead with 100 BV. Just understand that. 100 BV community revenue bonus. Average. Yeah, that's a lot, coach. That's a grip. That's a big chunk of change, brother. 100 BV is a big business. Yeah, you Peyton Man. Yeah. Say that. Save the 100 BV for y'all records. That's the one you say it. Golly. Well, I'm at 100 BV, so I'm not leaving nothing on the table. All right. So just understand that conceptually. So it still works. But do y'all understand? Put a 1 in the chat that no matter what level you promote at, you'll still make really nice income with this company if you build it, but that only works if you show the plan. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand. It only works if you show the plan. We can look at these pay plans all day and we can dream about what we're going to do with our $3 million. We can do that all day, all night. But if you don't get out and show the plan, it's not going to happen for you. Notice I didn't say it's not going to happen. It's going to happen for a lot of us. It's not going to happen for you if you don't show the plan. Yeah, Rick said 50 is nothing for a business. Thank you, Rick. That's why we don't promote 5 BV. I'm just letting you know the power of our pay plan. There ain't a company in the world where you can build a business around 5 BV and make $250,000 a month. That it doesn't exist. But I love what Rick just said right here. He said 50 BV is nothing for a business. That wouldn't even pay the water bill at a brick and mortar business. He's not joking. And so for people who don't understand, I don't want to do 50 BV, but I want to make money. For people like that, they don't understand business, because if they understood business in any capacity, they would immediately understand that 50 BV, like Rick said, I can't put it better than he did. It wouldn't even pay the water bill. Wouldn't even pay for the certifications from the state to start building. It's not a joke. Okay. So schedule showing the plan the same way you're hopefully scheduling learning the plan. Okay. Because if you don't schedule that work, you're naturally going to drift, and top earners can't afford to drift. If we get distracted and drift, we don't make top earner money. We make baby money, and we don't want that. That's not why we came here. Okay. So if you don't schedule your work, you're going to be writing your own obituary. And when I say that, I don't mean you'll die as a result of not being financially situated, but there are scenarios where some people have. Everybody knows somebody or has heard of somebody who couldn't get the proper medical care because they didn't have enough money. Or if someone, their family member needed treatment, or a pet, okay? If a pet needed treatment or a certain type of veterinary care and they couldn't afford it, somebody or something died because you weren't financially situated, because you didn't get the work over enough. Imagine when Coach Marcus had his wreck, and we are so grateful to God that he's still with us. That wreck was brutal. That wreck had Coach in a medically induced coma for a short time, and the driver, the other vehicle, it was the other driver's fault. They were a drunk driver, and the other driver died. Now, Coach Marcus' wreck was so bad, he had so many injuries. But understand this, he was in the Mercedes-Benz, and I truly believe that if he was in a Nissan Versa, the little baby golfer looking, the little smart car that people get when they're trying to save money, he wouldn't be with us today. I just really believe that. I've been involved in wrecks before. I've worked crime scene wrecks before. When I was a cop, I've worked wrecks. Marcus said a car saved his life. That's not a cheap car. Okay, I have worked wrecks when I'm walking away from the wreck as a law enforcement officer running a 911 call for a wreck, where I'm not going to say this to the person's family, but I'm looking at the wreck going, that car is crumbled. If they would have been in the SUV, or if they would have been in, You don't look, if they would have been in the Subaru, if they would have been in the big truck, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. Coach Marcus said he was an automobile claims adjuster before he got promoted at State Farm, and he saw a lot of deaths. Right? Okay, this is what Jessica says right here. The car her cousin was in, the car Terry was in Germany, definitely saved his life. Sometimes you got to really think about what happens when you compromise on the quality of the things you buy. And we tell ourselves a lie in our head. Sometimes you're writing your own obituary, okay? And I don't mean you're gonna die as a result. I'm just giving you some scenarios where it could have happened. What I really mean when I say obituary, it's like when a person dies and they got the little thing over their tombstone. Here lies, Bob Jones. You know what I'm saying? Here lies Bob Jones. Bob never accomplished anything great. He had a lot of talent, a lot of desire. He wanted a great life for his family, but he was pretty much average and he never accomplished anything. He had opportunities, but he didn't work them. And his crime was he always thought he had more time. So when you don't build the business and get it over with, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Why? Because you're too comfortable right now. Okay. Now, let me ask a question. When you're in a crisis, look, Clarence said a Sequoia Platinum. There you go. Here's the question. When people are in a crisis, when most people in a crisis, what do? Like, what does a crisis force you to do? It could be a health crisis. It could be a money crisis. It can be, it can be some different things. But, a relationship crisis, like, what do? You take action, yes, right? That's about half of the answer I'm looking for. But yeah, you definitely take action. Action that you weren't taking prior to the crisis, typically. You find out what's really important in the crisis. Yep. You pray in a crisis, 100%. You pray. Drastic action. You act. Thank you, Trav. You act. Yep, Coach Charlotte. Yeah, most people panic first, and then right? What do they do right after they panic? I thought they pray. Yep, pray. Crisis, pray. Yeah. All of these things that people do all come as a result of focusing. A crisis will, thank you, skip what's not important. You eliminate distractions when you're in a crisis because you're not comfortable. And you don't compromise when you're in a crisis because you can't. You don't drift with the crisis because you have to focus. That is what most people do. They're going to focus. If they can't find a way to focus, they are going to die or get ruined by that crisis, or they're going to give up. I think somebody just said that. Yeah, they're going to give up. So typically, for most healthy, well-adjusted people who want to get out of a crisis, the crisis makes you focus. Well, here's a tip. And people are like, Will, why you drove 24 hours in the last 3 days to go do one meeting? Well, one, because I care about our people. Let me just start there. Number two, because I can. But even when I couldn't, I still did it. When I had a job, I still did it. It's not about that. But I want you to think about what would happen if you create the crisis before the crisis creates itself. Say that 5 times fast. If you create the crisis now, August 1st, before the crisis creates itself, because when a crisis creates itself, you're not in control. Okay? Don't wait until you lose your job or get laid off to start building the business, to take it serious. Don't wait until you get sick and get type 2 diabetes before you start working out or taking these products seriously. Okay? Do not wait until bad stuff happens and your family member or your son or your daughter, your mom or dad really needs something or really deserves something and you can't afford it and it's a crisis for the family. Or your child gets accepted to college, a really great school. They didn't get a scholarship, but they got accepted, but now they can't afford to go and you can't afford to send them. That's a crisis because your child is looking at you like, I want to be great. This is what I want to do. This is my life. You brought me here. You trained me. You told me to get good grades. You told me to be good and I'm going to be fine. No, I didn't get a scholarship. I'm not 7 feet tall. I can't play basketball, but I got in. And you gotta have that conversation with them, baby. I can't help you. You're gonna have to choose another school, maybe a state school that costs less. You're going to have to compromise. But if you would have taken advantage of the opportunity that we have, and you create a crisis before there's a crisis, the crisis won't occur. And there's some things out of our control, you know, some health issues you can't change, some relationship things happen, some financial things out of your control, but this business is in your control. So how do you create a healthy crisis? Well, number one, be grateful for what you have, but definitely be hungry for more. But you got to be grateful for what you have. Okay, number one. Number two, how do you create a healthy crisis in this business in August that'll get you what you want? Number two, understand the rule of thirds. Okay, I posted this for my subscribers on YouTube earlier. I mean, my subscribers on Facebook earlier. The rule of thirds. What is the rule of thirds? The rule of thirds is whenever you want to accomplish something, I didn't write this. An Olympian wrote this, okay? This rule of thirds. I'd never heard of it before. Whenever you're going to accomplish something great and you set out to accomplish something great, about a third of the days that you're in pursuit, okay? A third of the days that you're in pursuit of that goal, all right? A third of those days are going to feel great. They're going to feel amazing. It's like yesterday, you know, Dee Dee and Jessica and Tina, you know, were at the meeting after the meeting. It's a great day. Everybody's buying product. It's awesome. About a third of the days when you're trying to accomplish something great, those days are going to be awesome. About a third of the days that you're going toward that goal, assuming you're putting in the work, assuming you're working every day towards your goal, about a third of those days are going to just be neutral. Like, you know, I wasn't too over the top today, wasn't too motivated or excited today, but I still got the work done. You know, I'm good. I'm good. And then a third of the days that you're building the business, and this will occur whenever you try to accomplish anything great. A third of the days are going to be days that are just actually you don't feel too good. They're negative. Something goes wrong. You don't feel like doing it. You just can't get it right that day. Everybody says no, and they being ugly about it. It's just it doesn't feel good. That is normal. But it's only normal when you're trying to accomplish something fantastical. When you're trying to accomplish something so amazing, it's never been done in the history of your family. That's how the days are going to divide up. And if all the days are good and it's too easy and too fun, something's wrong. You got to readjust. Like, what results are you really going? Something's off. If it's terrible every single day, yeah, you need to reevaluate. Are you sleeping enough? Are you eating good? Like, something we got to figure some stuff out, right? And every day shouldn't just be mediocre either. Just like, today's cool. It's all right. It's cool. I'm not hyped about it. It's cool, right? Same. It's like that. It's like in a marriage. Every day is not what I would call sunshine and roses. Every day is not that. A lot of days are, but not every day. Some days are just, you know, look, we paying bills and trying to get through life. That's normal, right? That's normal. Peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. They have other days where it just ain't good. Now, lucky for me, we don't have those days because MJ's perfect and she's never made a mistake in her entire life. And so I'm lucky. She never made a mistake ever. Not ever, never. But just understand, there's gonna be some days that ain't. She had to laugh at that one, y'all. But there gonna be some days that ain't good either, and that's life. Peaks and valleys, boy. Jessica said it. Peaks and valleys. And any married couple knows, you know how it is. Single folks, I don't know that ain't for y'all, right? So understand that. Now the third thing. So we covered being grateful. We covered the rule of thirds. The third thing we'll cover in creating because top earners know how to create a crisis. That's how we turn it on. People say, Marcus, how do you just turn on a switch when you go live for 90 days recruiting the business and you're doing in-person stuff too? How do you have that level of consistency? Marcus he's acting as if he needs the money even though he doesn't. That is how you become consistent. He created an imaginary crisis that doesn't even exist. And the reason it doesn't exist is because he was in a real crisis back when he was bankrupt twice. He knows what it's like to be in a real crisis and dig yourself out of it and become a network marketing multimillionaire. Marcus Jones did that. He did that. And now he understands if I want to just get to another level, I need to just make something up. I'm gonna just create a crisis that doesn't exist and act as if I have to do it. Right, Marcus said, we in the NBA, never broke again. Same. Tiara said, ooh, Lord, Tiara preaching night. Tiara said, her late pastor said that marriage is God's refiner. I have never heard truer words on a call. Tiara preaching. Pass the plate for Miss Moore. All right. So here's number 3. We covered the rule of thirds. We covered being grateful. Number 3, in order to create a healthy crisis that will get you what you want, you have to start taking your mind seriously. You have to take your thoughts seriously. Okay? What does that mean? A lot of people don't take their mind seriously enough. Like it's just imagination, right? They just think, just me thinking about stuff. It's just imagination. You don't understand how powerful your thoughts are. Okay? It's just make believe. But a person who says things like that with that little playful energy, that's just make believe. They don't understand that belief makes. I'm going to say that again. People say it's just make believe. Those people don't understand that belief makes. Your belief ties into the faith. You will accomplish nothing worthwhile without belief. Without faith, you just won't. You just won't. And faith without works is dead. If you say you believe, but ain't no work going on, you really don't believe. You just talking. You are deceiving yourself. That is one of the most dangerous forms of self-deception. One of the most dangerous forms of self-deception. Okay. Sometimes, and because you don't take your mind, so you got to start taking your mind seriously. Now I'm gonna give you number 4. Okay. How you create a crisis, start taking your mind seriously. Now with number 4, this is where we start to wrap the call on this one. This is the last one. When you want to create a healthy crisis, and top earners, we just going to create a crisis. Like I'm acting and building right now as if the world hinges on this and I'm gonna be homeless again if I don't, make the magic happen and go to sign an HBN. Like that's why I'm operating at the level I'm operating. I've created a crisis in my mind that doesn't exist. Okay. And I understand how powerful my mind is, and I'm focused solely on $2.391 million. Like I close my eyes and I see it. Because I know that everything that was ever created was created once in thought and the second time in physical reality. That's the power God gave you, control over your mind. This is why alcohol and drugs are so hard on people, and why it's so difficult for alcoholics and drug users to become successful. Not because they're not good people, but because alcohol and drugs hijack certain parts of your brain for a certain time. And when they hijack that part of your brain, you're not using your brain properly toward the things that you want to use, that you need to use them on. Okay. So number 4, to create the crisis, you have to adopt a frequency of winning while in the crisis. I'm explaining exactly how to do that as we close the call. You have to adopt a frequency, a vibration, and energy. You ever see somebody, even kids, if you ever watch kids play sports, any of y'all got kids, nieces and nephews, you see the kids play sports when they're young, you can just look at the field and go, that kid right there is different than the other kids. When I see my nephew play ball, I look and I go, and I'm watching him play. Even the other parents say it, right? Yes, thoughts become things. You said it, Richard. Yeah, if you ever see kids and one of them, 2 of them maybe are going to just be winners. You just look at them and go, man, something special about that kid. The team might not even win. And then that one kid is going to be the most upset that they lost because he hates losing or she hates losing. Lynn said his son, yeah, you just watch him. What a blessing. You get to watch your kid. You go, something's different. I just imagine that Coach Charlotte Whitaker was like that when she was young, like in my head. I just imagine people looking at Coach Charlotte when she was a baby and going, something special about her. We don't know what it is. That kid's a winner. Yeah, Linda's grandson. I think he either in college or he's gonna play pro ball. So, yeah, Linda's grandson, Cole. But she was able to watch him and just point him out, I'm sure. Quintina's grandson. Right? You just knew something was special. Here's how, let me tell you how to do that with network marketing. Let me make y'all all special. Right? I pray, that's my prayer, that all y'all become special. You adopt a winning mentality, because you're gonna need the winning mentality during the crisis. You're going to have to be engaging in crisis level activity, like really putting in the work, but with a certain level of confidence as if it's already done. Okay. Now let's talk about the frequency of winning. Let's talk about number 4, the winning mentality, the mindset of being a winner. All right. To understand winning is this last part of the call. To understand winning, and what that is, you have to understand losing. All right. Now, from a life standpoint, losing is defined as a failure to achieve your desired reality. And we all lose sometimes. I mean, you might lose your car keys or something. It happens. But losing is defined as a failure to achieve your desired reality. Okay. A failure to achieve your desired reality. Winning, by default of that first definition, winning by contrast would be when you achieve your desired reality or your goal, when you achieve it, when you achieve your desired reality, you won. When you fail to achieve your desired reality, your desired outcome, you lose. That's the definition. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if we understand those simple definitions of winning and losing. Because the whole winning mentality hinges on that understanding. Okay, all right. Now, because some of you attach being a diamond to winning, which it's not, by the way, but you attach it to that, every day that you haven't achieved that goal from a mentality standpoint, on a subconscious level, every day that you're not a diamond, you have lost. You're waking up a loser. You're going to sleep a loser. It's not because you're a loser, you're not. But some of you attach the rank to winning because we do make a big deal about income and ranks and product testimonials. Of course we do. But you got to look for what my weight loss people call non-scale victories, and we'll talk about those. But just because you're not a diamond doesn't mean you're a loser. None of us were a diamond day one. Were we losers back then when we were working really hard to become diamond? No. So if you're not a diamond yet, somebody needs to hear this. That's irrelevant. Me and Marcus and all the other diamonds on this call, boy, we got a bunch of them. We're not Jessica and company. They weren't, none of us were losers before we became diamonds. So you aren't either. Do not attach diamond on a subconscious level to winning or being a winner, because that's not it. We were winners before we got here. And you are too. Okay. But sometimes you even have diamonds who are struggling because they're not a 6-figure earner yet. Y'all would be shocked and amazed at the type of calls and conversations I have with people that are just really, really caught up in I gotta be a 6-figure earner. I gotta get there. And part of that's the reason why they're not there. Because some of our diamonds, and even some of our people who aren't diamond, are really caught up in I want to be a 6-figure earner. Well, of course you do. Y'all do. Until you are. And when you become a 6-figure earner, you don't want to be one anymore. Not because you haven't made money or you go a 7-figure earner. It's not that when someone said, Will, do you want to be a 7-figure earner? Why? No, I don't want to be a 7-figure earner because I already am. Will, do you want to be an 8-figure earner? The wrong answer would be yes. But in my mentality, well, the true answer, of course I do. But the real answer, if I really get my mindset right, would be no. Not because I don't desire it, because in my mind, I have to be an 8-figure earner first. Then it'll happen in real life. Okay. So let's bring it back to being a 6-figure earner. I don't want to be a 6-figure earner if I already am. And I just want to spend a little bit of time on that because it's a tricky mindset shift that you have to make on this call, because we're not going to do a call like this again. Okay. The recording will be there for you, hopefully. If you already had a Cadillac, would you want a Cadillac? The answer's no. Not because I don't want my Cadillac that I already have, but because I already have one. So I don't want one. Now, someone's actually, if you want another one, that's a different question. Okay. If someone says, Will, do you want to be black? You want to be a Hebrew Israelite? Is that what you want to be? I don't have to want to be it because I am. I don't have to. It's not that I don't enjoy it and I don't desire it. Of course I do. I wouldn't change me for nobody. I wake up grateful to God every day that I woke up me. True story. Been that way for years before I even know who I really was. True. But I don't have to want to be me because I am me. So for me to want to be me, I'm just wasting energy and focus energy on something I already have. You see, it's tricky. The mindset shift you have to make it because you can't really feel I don't want to be a six-figure earner. You have to start to embody that I already am. The check is in the mail, and you have to move that way. Okay, I can't really explain it much better than that. But a lot of people, even our diamonds, they're so caught up in, oh, I'm not a winner until I'm a six-figure earner now. And so every day that you don't wake up and you a six-figure earner, every day you a loser. That's what you're conditioning. That's how you have a losing mentality. Okay. So you either have to look at the definition of what winning is. Winning is achieving your desired reality. And you either have to change the achieving, like the result, like you have to change and go be a six-figure earner, and then you'll feel like a winner, right? Or you change the desired reality. And I recommend changing the desired reality because it's way easier. Okay, let me explain. My goal, like I already feel I'm a eight-figure earner in my heart, 10 million easy. If it ain't 10 million, I'm gonna be shocked. Like, whoa, something's wrong. Like I would be surprised if I didn't make $10 million in this industry relatively soon. I'd be shocked. Like something's wrong. Something's off, right? My goal, for example, let's just use hypothetical examples. My goal would be to show the plan 5 days a week. That's a win for me because that's my desired reality. That's my objective. My objective is not to, be the first $1 million earner with GoToSignup. That's not my goal. It's not my goal. I feel like I already am. So I don't have to want that. It's on my vision board, so I see it, but I don't need to focus on that. I don't need to speak. To me, it's done. And if somebody pass me up and do it first, I'm excited for them, especially if they're on our team. I'm super excited because I know how my check will look when our team win big. The team winning big will pay you more than you winning big. Just FYI, a little top earner tip there. But my goal is to show the plan 5 days a week. Okay. Either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes I'll show the plan to 20, 30 people in a room. That counts. That's 30 exposures to 30 different people. But my point is, I need to show the plan every day. If I show the plan every day, I know that will give me, let's say I didn't have any people on my team, that would get me 3 recruits at some point. I know it. If I show the plan every day, I know for sure I'm going to end up with my 3 sponsored reps, and it'll be the right 3 people. 10 might join, 7 might quit. I got the right 3, no big deal. I know that. So that's a win for me. So every day that I show the plan, I go to sleep a winner. I'm putting y'all on game right now. I'm putting you on free game. Every morning I wake up and I showed the plan the day before, I wake up a winner. And I hope you hear the reality of this is not a show. That's how I really feel. I'll be walking in the gas station a winner, head up, chest out, winner forever. Because in this industry, I've always attached winning to inviting people to see the plan, whatever company it was, and showing the plan, doing exposures, exposing people to the products and particularly the business. I love showing people the products I do, but I'm a business person. I love showing people the money and I love making it. I truly do. I truly enjoy it. That's one of my secrets. That's a top earner secret. If you think that you have to be a diamond to win and you playing a comparison game watching everybody else, you're going to feel like a loser every day you're not a diamond. And it's going to push you further away from being a diamond. But if you understand, you just be coachable and teachable, maybe just this once. And you change your desired goal, your desired reality, your desired outcome. You still have what you want on your vision board. You still have your what hurts you board. Don't change none of that. That stuff's all that stuff works. But on a daily basis, if you say for this week, all the way up until August, every day I learn how to show the plan and I practice showing the plan every day, that's my goal. You're going to start to develop a winning mentality. Your vibration will shift. Your vibration and your frequency will shift from losing to winning. And it's all in your mind. Okay, if that's your goal, some people who got paralyzed in a bad car crash, their goal is to just walk again, and they have to go to physical therapy, and any day they can take a step or two is a win. And so you see that they're going to have better results than the people that are really down on their circumstances. Okay. Now, for the record, if my desired reality is showing the plan 5 days a week, 6 days a week, not 7, but 5 or 6 days a week, and that's a win for me, I'm operating in the vibration of winning. And it doesn't matter who says no. It doesn't matter who joins. I don't care. I'm a winner anyway because I define winning, right, as achieving my desired reality. And I may not determine the result per se, but I determine the desired reality. I determine what my goal is. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense for anybody. If y'all get that, August is going to be exactly the month you want it to be. If you don't get that, it's gonna be hard for you because you're gonna feel like a loser. You're gonna feel like a loser. I hate to break it to you. Okay. Now that being said, because I'm all about inviting and presenting, I'm all about showing the plan. Don't matter in person, online, don't matter to me. Video, don't matter. As long as the plan gets showed, lead, drop card, I don't care. As long as somebody eventually sees the plan, I'm winning at a high level. Now I'm not fooling myself. Listen close. I'm not fooling myself about what a quality invitation is versus what a weak invitation is. Okay. I know what a quality invitation is. I know that me sending a direct message on Facebook is a higher quality invitation than a drop card. I know that. I know that me seeing somebody in person or doing, is better, is more powerful than me doing a phone call or doing a Facebook Live. I know that, but they're still all invitations. But I understand what a quality invitation is versus what a weak invitation is, and I'm not going to fool myself. Okay, I'm not going to fool myself about what a good presentation is versus what a bad presentation is. Okay, I'm not going to fool myself about what a high quality exposure is versus what a low quality exposure is. All right, I'm in alignment about what I feel is a more effective, high quality invitation or presentation XYZ based on results. Okay, so I'll just put that little caveat in there. So don't trick yourself. All right, well I'm gonna tie my winning to just me showing the plan every day, but you're doing a very low quality exposure without a lot of skill. You didn't really study it, and you just texting some folks, right, or sending a video that's not even good. You know what I mean? You got to really understand how important it is to rip the band-aid off and get this over with. Your learning mode right now, take it seriously, because if you do it well and you show the plan and you attach that to winning, especially the first week of August, there's no way you don't have 3 people because you've done 8 to 10, show the plan 8 to 10 times. Some of you who need a little more practice, you're going to have to show the plan 20, 30, maybe 40 times the first week of August. I don't care. I know you'll get 3 sponsored reps that want to do the deal. I know that. Not just 3 customers at 50BV, not just 3 reps who don't want to build, not 2 reps at 20. No, you will get 3 reps at 50BV who want to do exactly what you did if you do enough exposures. Okay, just it's a fact. Attach your winning to doing the exposures. All right. Judge the winning by what you're sowing and not what you're reaping. I'll say that one last time. Judge your winning by what you sow, not what you reap. The quality of work you put out there, the quality of exposure, the quality of invitation. How many invitations? How many exposures? Don't worry about the yeses and nos. Not right now. Don't worry about that. Okay. And that is going to be what happens when you prepare to win. All right. That's what happens when you prepare to win. Okay. So that's what we got on tonight's call, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions, put those in the chat, but the recording should be available. And I'm going to tell you, this is, it'll work for you. It'll work for you. Okay. But that being said, stick with the plan, learn it, do it. It's exactly what I'm doing. I know it's what Coach is doing. And when people look back and go, dang, man, that dude made a couple extra $1 million. That was crazy. They will understand this is where it came from. It's not like we're just telling you to do something that we're not doing. This is literally what we're doing. Literally what we're doing. Okay. All right. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. We will see y'all on, we got Coach Marcus tomorrow night. That testimonial call, and you can wrap the recording, Coach. That unless we want to get this recorded, get this on there, that Monday night testimonial call, let me plug that right quick, is absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommend. That particular call was amazing last week. It's amazing every week. And if you haven't been on there before, that Monday night testimonial call it's one of the most powerful, impactful calls. And I'm gonna tell you something that happens every single time. When a customer or a prospect or a rep or a team member is on that call, their belief goes up, but their sales go up. Whenever a guest is invited on that call, they hear a story from Marcus or from Clarence or from Tiara or one of Tiara's many guests. They hear Seymour. When they hear a testimonial on that call. I haven't seen a call yet because I see most of the organization in the downline. Not everybody. I see most people. There's always some sales that happen directly after that call. So you don't have to be a good salesperson. You just got to get somebody on the call, and magically, you will have some orders that take place directly after that call. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right. So thank y'all so much. Thank you, Miriam, for the newbie corner. Thank you so much, Coach, for putting this on. And I thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will catch y'all on the next.